Dexy, I know you're gonna kill this shit.
Yo, people, what you telling me? Back again for another footy talk. Lewis, what's good, my brother?
Yeah, we just won. We won and we're back in fourth. So I guess things are all right. We haven't lost in our last 4 games. So the mood's a little bit better. I say a little bit because like everyone in the fan base is still miserable and everything. But yeah, I mean, look, we beat Leicester City. Always expected to beat Leicester City. Definitely didn't do it in a convincing fashion at all, but whatever. We got the 3 points. We got more difficult games coming up. And we have better players coming back as well. By the time the international break is over, we should have Lavia, Fofana, and Nicholas Jackson all back, which should hopefully improve our performances because that's all of our aggression, that's all of our physicality back in the squad. And that's also a lot more support for Cole Palmer as well. So things should be looking up for us. It really should. But I'm only going to say should because there's always some stupidity around the corner. Nothing is really going to save that back line from having the bozo gene. And if we're going to persist with putting that idiot back in goal, there's going to be a fuck up. at one point. I don't know what Sanchez did to get himself back into the lineup, but here he is. So he's going to cost us something in a few games. But bar that, yeah, we just won. We won. What about you, man? How's everything been?
Yeah, not too bad. Do you know what I mean? Not too bad. Obviously, we got the draw against Arsenal. Should have won. Do you know what I mean? And you lot got Arsenal next, bruv. So I guess I think that game's gonna show you exactly where you are. Do you know what I mean? Because you should be beating them, man.
Yeah, because like I'm not as worried about going to the Emirates as I was last season or the season before. But when we went last season, I was already expecting to hold 4 as a minimum. I get we're not great. I don't even know if we're going to like sit back the way most teams do against Arsenal, because I actually think that's the way you should be playing against them. But even then, they don't really have a dangerous front line for me to be that worried if we just go there and play our normal game.
For sure.
Like,
well, they didn't create nothing against us. So you know what I mean? If you lot just go there and play football, you should have enough firepower to beat them.
yeah, and because like we're still controlling games in spite of the fact that we're not looking really great or creating a ton of chances. Like, we have the majority of the ball, and when we do that, we also minimize the amount of chances that we have. Arsenal aren't as great at set pieces as they were at the start of the season. Funnily enough, I saw a stat that we have the same amount of set piece goals as them in the league. And we're not even great at that, which says a lot to me. But yeah, the defense is obviously going to be a problem for us. We still don't have Nicholas Jackson, still don't have a striker, so we're going to have to just find a way to try and get through that back line. But that team ain't all that. I expect to dominate the midfield. I need Lavia back. As long as Lavia's back, I'm 100% sure we're winning that midfield battle. And that attack don't scare me.
Right.
Wanyeri, like, he's a good talent and everything. I expect Cucurella to have him. Trossard, like, he's not even the same as last season. And Marino ain't a 9. Although I say that, like, we'll be the idiots to give him a goal, but that's what I think this game's going to be. It's going to look like 2 idiots fighting. It's going to be a straight mid-off. If I had to pick anything right now, a draw. But we can go there and leave with a win. The same way they can go and beat us after all of this, like win 1-0 off a set piece or some garbage. But this is a much more even fixture than it was last season. So I'm trying to approach this game with a bit of relative optimism, but we're just so dead against the top 6. We're so garbage against big 6 teams. I know people are going to say, oh, you beat Tottenham. I don't care about beating Tottenham.
What do you put that down to, though?
Partly like a mentality thing, partly just having bozos all around the back line and in goal. Like, there's just always a mistake waiting to happen, either with the likes of Levi Colwill, or you're going to have Sanchez doing something stupid. Maybe you'll even have the odd toss-in or Chalobah mess up. We're just bozos. Like, I saw a stat going into the Southampton game. We have the second most errors leading to a shot, the second most errors leading to a goal in the league. Southampton are the only ones higher than us on both stats. We're just bozos. And that's what our biggest problem is. Like the Man United game, for example. We were doing our thing. You guys weren't playing that bad against us either, but like, we were handling ourselves pretty well, especially in the first half. What happens? Fofana mistimes a header. Sanchez goes and takes down Højlund for no reason. Penalty. Just unwarranted. After the goal against Arsenal, the whole back line falls asleep. Noni ain't tracking Martinelli, and Sanchez gets beaten on the byline by Martinelli, an out of form Martinelli. Manchester City, we don't take advantage of being 1-0 up. We play high with no press, and then we just get done on the wings. And then obviously Sanchez just goes walkabout, and Chalobah and Cole will just get done by Haaland on transition. It's always just individual moments of stupidity. And that's our biggest problem.
No, I hear it, bro. I hear it, man.
I'll say manager. Yeah, manager can hold accountability for the run as well.
I was just about to ask you, like, how much do you put it down to the manager? How much do you put it down to the players? Because obviously the managers tried to tweak a few things. I've seen Nkunku on the left, Sancho on the right. He's trying different things, and no matter what he tries, everything just seems to be a bit slower and a bit more predictable at the moment.
Yeah, and I look back to the Leicester game for that as well. That whole first half was just cross, where we have no one to cross to. And like, it's another example of why we needed a striker, but it's the same lull that we seem to fall to a lot where we face against deep blocks. Because like without the likes of a Nicholas Jackson, without the likes of Noni, we don't have any sort of directness in there. So all we do is we go into the shoehorn of death. Just go round and round in circles and just try and find a little cross. And
no, I hear it.
That's not good enough. And in terms of Maresca, Sanchez back in the lineup after all the mistakes he's made is going to be a problem that costs us a game sooner or later. So he'll be accountable for that. I think he's
Why was he out? Was he out because he was injured or ill or something, or did he get dropped?
He got dropped, and I don't know why he's come back. But now he started the last 2 games, and he's probably going to start the next game because it's another Conference League game, and then that means he'll be starting on Sunday. So it's been crap.
Yeah,
and I agree. The football we play has regressed a lot, but you know what? I do think when Lavia, Fofana, and Jackson are back, it's going to go back to where it was. Like, I think we've been a lot slower because we've lost all of our physicality, all of our press, and all of our aggression from those 3 players. And you can tell because the dip-off happened as soon as we lost Lavia and Fofana, because we don't have any replacements for them in our squad. So, like, I think that's part of the reason why we've had such a bad run. Again, you have to take accountability for the manager and the fact that we have had this run with a ton of winnable games, like Crystal Palace, like the Bournemouth game, like Ipswich, like Fulham. There's been so many games in that run that we should have got results in and we didn't get the results. So I'm not saying that that's still acceptable, but I don't think it's going to be like this in the future when we have those players back. So the problem is, like, we're going to have to rely on keeping them fit for the rest of the season. And Lavia and Fofana, we already know we can't rely on that. So I look more at recruitment. Why do we not have a suitable Lavia replacement when we know the brother's injury prone? Why do we not have a Fofana profile knowing that this guy didn't play a minute for us last season? It's incompetence. Straight incompetence.
No, fairs, man. And what are you making of this Cole Palmer situation, bro? Obviously, people are having a conversation about his form. I think Don said to me that apparently he was ill or something like that before the game. Obviously, he missed his first penalty as well. Like, when does it get to the point that you almost got to take him out the firing line?
Honestly, well, I'd say take him out the firing line. It would have been great to keep João Felix here, but here we are.
That's
here
it,
we
bro.
are. We won our 5 million loan fees instead. That's what really matters in football nowadays. Who needs wins? Who needs depth? Who needs the B team that we were hyping up for so long? But in terms of Palmer, I think there's a string of things. Like, number one, first off, is himself. Like, he's just dropped off. I think ever since the Man City game, he's not been great. People are trying to act like it's been from further back. I really don't. I just think the GNA has dried up. And a lot of it was because when Jackson was here, he was still missing chances for fun. So, like, Palmer will still be creating. No one will be finishing. Now, that's not even really happening like that. So, I think Palmer's been very wasteful in the last few games, especially we're looking at Southampton and Leicester, the 2 worst teams in the league. You can't be dropping performances like that in those games. But I also think losing the directness of players like Noni and Jackson have also had an impact as well. And also the players that help contribute in terms of the build-up play, like Nicholas Jackson, and also have the presence to take defenders with him, like Jackson. Because now it's Palmer doing all of that. Huh?
Is Noni injured as well?
Yeah, Noni got injured against Brighton when we lost 3-0, I think.
Damn.
So, like, that's all of our directness gone. Jackson is also key to us building up from the midfield to the attack. We always see him like dropping deep, taking 2-3 players with him, running through about 20 or 30 yards. Now we need Palmer to do that as well. So now he's doing a lot more work in build-up, and he also doesn't have the direct forwards around him that he needs. That's another reason why I think the GNA is dried up. But it's also not me saying it's all of that and not him. Palmer's also fucked up too. His form is also has also dropped. His decision making's not been good. He's wasted key chances against Aston Villa that would have won us the game. He's wasted key chances against Southampton and against Leicester. So it's a bit of both for me. That's why I'm not really that worried. I'm not happy with the fact that it's come against these sorts of teams. But with Jackson and Noni coming back soon, I don't think this is going to be a problem in the future. So I just think like it's a learning curve, if anything.
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah, no, it makes sense, you know. It actually makes a lot of sense. So, especially when you point out the fact that Jackson and Noni aren't there. When you have players that are less, well, they're more likely to move towards the ball instead of run away from the ball. It changes the way you play completely. So I get that. Do you know what I mean? Them two probably would stretch the pitch a bit more for you lot and help you in transition, because at the moment your transition's a lot slower than it was, innit? So yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Like we need Palmer in the midfield third and the attacking third now, and those two are also the two players he's combined with the most this season. I think Jackson and Palmer, Noni and Palmer, is the joint fourth highest goal scoring partnership in the league this season. So you lose both of that, that's going to have an impact on your form as well when we've already nuked our depth. Like the guys like Nkunku, pointless. You don't really contribute like that. Neto can stretch the defense, but he's also just not really a 9 like that, and also not really a goal scorer like that either. Sancho, we already know his thing. He's a playmaker. And that's it. That's it. Tyreek George, again, inexperienced. That's it. So I'm waiting for when Jackson and Noni return after the international break.
I hear it. I completely hear it, man. Man saying a lot of players in every team seem to be running out of steam. Now, bro, I hear that. But then, bro, at the same time, man, like the managers need to be using their squads better. They need to be rotating better. It's that simple, bro. Like I wouldn't say players are running out of steam, because you know what it is, yeah. When you're winning and you're confident, players don't get tired. They just don't. You know what I'm saying? Because man would have thought that the Bournemouth would run out of steam, or man would have thought that Forest would have run out of steam. And fair enough, they're playing slightly less games because they're not in Europe and stuff like that. But the honest truth is, yeah, certain men are just not in good form, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? They're just not in good form. Because, bro, Liverpool can't stop winning right now. Like, no matter what happens, bro. And they're not necessarily even playing that well, but they're just getting wins, bro. I'm telling you, no one's feeling tired at Anfield right now. Them man are looking at this league title. They got one hand on the Premier League title. They got an eye on the Champions League. Them man ain't feeling no fatigue right now, man. I think it's an easy excuse when man are playing shit. It's so easy to look for an excuse in it and say, oh, you know what, it's this, it's that. But honestly, I just think it's bad form. That's all it is.
Like, I'll give the other reasons for it, but it is also bad form too. It's not just everything else is to blame, and Cole Palmer's done nothing, because it is Palmer. It's Palmer as well. Your decision making ultimately comes down to you. Bad finishing ultimately comes down to you. No matter what the other ifs and buts are about, you still have to hold some accountability for it as well. So, and also we've even had games where we've had like 7 to 9 days off in between. So I really can't hear it. I can't hear it for Palmer. Like, when Jackson and Noni are back, if this continues, then I'm concerned. Because now you have your partners back. Why is your form not gone up with it? Now we have Lavia and Fofana back in the team. The whole system should be playing a lot better as a result. Your form can't be dipping too. So for now, it's not acceptable, but I expect it to improve.
100%. And this from Byron is spot on. I already said it. For me, yeah, Cole Palmer doesn't thrive in the central 10 position, because it's just I already explained to you lot the difference between starting wide and drifting inside and starting inside. It's a completely different ball game. We've seen it with Trent as well. Trent at right back drifting into midfield is not the same as Trent starting in midfield. When he started in midfield for England, he was diabolical. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's in international football where the game's a lot slower and he still struggled. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of the things you got to understand. When you start in a wide area and you have the freedom to invert, most of the time you invert with no marker, because most of the time your marker's not going to follow you inside. If Cole Palmer's playing right wing, the left back's not following him inside. He's not. He's going to pass him on. So a lot of the time, he's a free man when he's in there. When he's playing in midfield and he's actually got a man marker on him that doesn't allow him to turn and forces him back, a lot of the times he's just not really involved in the game, innit?
But would that be the case if you had an overlapping fullback? Because we don't really do that as much.
If you had an overlapping fullback, and he was playing on the right, then you can create a 2v1 on that side. But when he's starting in the midfield, that's when he struggles for me. When he starts centrally, when he drifts centrally, he's fine. And this is the main issue for me. When I watch him play right now, it's like he doesn't understand how to play, how to lose his man, in between the lines. So what he ends up doing is he ends up just playing in front of his man all the time, because he's not gonna turn, he's not gonna receive the ball half turn and then go past him. Like, he doesn't really do that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not really his thing. He's not
he
really
tries like
got
a little chop or something.
Yeah, he
like,
tries a
get
little
some
chop and then
separation.
passes it sideways, or he passes it back. Like, but he's not really receiving the ball on the half turn and driving with it and going past this guy. So most of the time he's just playing in front of players, innit? And the only time you really see him get opportunities is when he kind of just arrives late on the edge of the box and someone passes him the ball. But he's not effective like that. You want Cole Palmer facing the goal. You don't want him facing his own players. And when he plays centrally, he spends most of his game facing the midfield and passing the ball back to them. Like, that's not where you want him.
Especially a lot more recently, because like
Yeah.
now we need him to drop back even more for that. So
Yeah,
I hear it.
you don't want him there,
Like,
man.
maybe it'd be a good idea having like a Sancho in the 10 or something and let them interchange with Palmer on
But
the
they could
right.
try it. Like, Sancho's better at turning under pressure with players on him. Do you know what I'm saying? So even playing him centrally and putting Cole out on the right, for a couple games, it's worth trying, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's up to the manager. Just needs to try to do something, man, because it doesn't make sense having a player like Cole Palmer, playing in handcuffs, blood, because that's what it looks like. It looks like he's been shackled, bro. Like, that's what it genuinely looks like. He's being held back by the system. He's not playing with freedom, and he don't look like he's enjoying it at the moment. He don't look like he's enjoying his football.
Oh yeah, he definitely ain't enjoying his ball right now.
Yeah.
No chance.
And that's what he needs. So yeah, man, I think that's the main thing. I think that his form is more down to the fact that positionally he's just not happy in there, bruv. Like, he's got a lot of strengths that don't get used playing inside there, bro. Like, even his deliveries into the box and stuff like that from the right hand side, like, he strikes the ball well, but playing centrally, you're not getting that.
Even now though, like, the accuracy's just got worse and worse. I can barely remember the last time he had a shot on target.
Yeah,
like, it's probably been a minute. Maybe he had one in the Leicester game, but like, if it was just one, it was only one. So I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just really not been good for him. But if he still looks this out of form in a couple weeks, boy, then we need to have serious conversations for me. Because I think he's going to have more space with the likes of Noni and Jackson back. Just having direct players in the team is going to have a lot more difference for him. And we've seen Jackson bully defenders for fun, take a centre-back with him or two, and that opens up space for the likes of a Palmer, for the likes of a Noni. And for guys in the chat as well, because I know someone was saying I'm talking like he's better than Sancho and Neto. I'm not saying that. He's just direct.
He's a different profile, man. I hear it.
Yeah, I'm not saying Noni's a baller or anything like that. Like, he's just a direct forward who's going to go at goal. And I think that's what Palmer's been lacking.
Yeah, bro, you need runners, man. Do you know what I mean? You do. You need a variety of profiles in attack. You need players that are going to run towards the ball show. You're going to need players that run away from the ball. You need a variety. And that's why I said to these lot as well, when we looked at Garnacho against Arsenal, the reason why, for me, this was probably his best game of the season, even though there was no quality in anything he did, was the fact that he gave us a different option by stretching the pitch. That's it. Like, he didn't have to do anything. Like his passes weren't good, his shots weren't good. There was no quality, but just his intent, to drive with the ball, gave us a different dimension in it. So you need different kinds of players in the attack, bro. Like, you can't just have everyone coming towards the ball. Like, you need someone that's going to do something different. At least one player in it. So maybe it's the fact that Chelsea's team is a bit too a bit too samey at the moment. Like if you've got Sancho on the right, you've got Palmer in the middle, who are both kind of link players, and then you've got
Or
Pedro,
Nkunku on the left, who's
and then you got
basically
Nkunku
the
and then
same.
he's nothing, bro. I don't know.
That's
Nkunku's
why
fall off
Neto
is
was our
crazy.
best forward, and all he did was run against Leicester. He
Yeah,
barely even got the
Nkunku's
ball.
thing's crazy, you know, because remember, guys, we got linked with Nkunku when he was at Leipzig, and I said I don't want him because I looked at him and I was like, I don't know what this guy is. Some men are saying he's better in the 10, some men are saying he's better on the left, some men saying he's better in the 9, some men saying he's a second striker. Like, bro, when I look at him, I just see a guy that just runs, bro. Like, I don't see anything. Like, and even though he was scoring goals in Germany, I was never convinced by this guy. And I watched him play on the left in the first half of that game, and he offered nothing, bro. Like nothing at all.
Nothing. Like, I hear the argument about him being a second striker, like, because we also haven't played him behind Jackson, but it's also like, you have offered me such little, like nothing in the last year or so. And for all the hype that we heard last season about, oh, our attack will be so much better with Nkunku. When Nkunku's back, everything's going to be fine. When Nkunku's back, we're going to go back to being title contenders. It's just like, just disappointed. It's a guy who offers me so much little in every other area of the pitch. Why am I even now meant to believe that if we have him in the second striker role, I'm finally going to see the player that we spent 55 mil on? Why?
Yeah, these
Why am
men
I meant to
created some
assume that?
mythical creature called Nkunku, bro. Because last season, them man were talking about he was gonna come back and rescue your season, bro. Like, where
That's
did
why I
they
think
see
it's just
this?
an idea, bruv. Like, he's a figment of imagination and all of that. This is what Nkunku should be, but you play him on the left, nothing. You play him in the middle, nothing. You play him up top, nothing. You might as well have one of the mans in the Matthew Harding end playing there.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, what? So I have to wait for Nicholas Jackson to be there just so, like, maybe he'll look generational with the space he leaves in behind. Like, he might be a bit better, but do I think it's going to be a switch up to a point where I think, okay, yeah, this is the player that we spent this money on? I don't think that, because he's shown me so much little in every other area. Like, now I'm just waiting for the summer so we can get rid of him. But even then, we've raised his valuation for no reason. We told Bayern 65 mil. Why? Why? When did his price tag go up?
The fact that you
Inflated.
decided to keep him instead of Joao Felix is mental for me.
Yeah, because he should have been the one to go on loan. Like, Felix hasn't offered me much, but he'd offer me more than Nkunku. He'd give me a little bit more off the ball. He'd probably shoot at goal more. He'll take on a player better, that's for sure. Decision making will still be a bit garbage, but he'd give me more. He'd give me more in that role. So I don't get it. I really don't get it.
But this is the thing. When has he been at his best for Chelsea? He hasn't. But this is why I wanted to know where the optimism from Chelsea fans last season was coming from when they were like, yo, when he gets back, we're gonna do X, Y, Z. It wasn't
Maurizio
based on
Pochettino.
It wasn't based on evidence, bro, because he hadn't shown anything.
It was Maurizio Pochettino, because every time we didn't win games, he'd waffle about injuries, and when our key players come back, we're going to go back to being title contenders and all of that. The difference is Maresca could say that, and he has me in 4th. Pochettino had me like, what, 9th, 10th at this time in the season. I wouldn't listen to it, because look at the players that we look at this season. Reece James barely stays fit. Fofana barely stays fit. Lavia barely stays fit. And Nkunku is trash. So, but this was the excuse. This is what we were told all of last season. When Nkunku comes back, we'll be good. We can't be manager out. Nkunku hasn't played. And all of this garbage. Well, Nkunku's playing and he's trash. So, that's another one that Poch was waffling about.
No, I hear it. Man, I saying in preseason he was balling out. Maybe he was.
He
I
wasn't
don't
even
remember.
our best player in preseason. Nicholas Jackson was the best forward. Hell, Ian Maatson was looking better coming out of preseason. And Nkunku was good, but he weren't our best player. Like, he just looked a bit promising. And even then, like, we were trying to figure out where to play him. One game he was playing on the left in preseason. Another one he was playing up top. Another one he was playing in behind Jackson. We were still trying to figure out where to play him then. So it's like, If you really want to go back to pre-season, like, he looked decent. So did Chukwuemeka. So did Ian Maatson. Nicholas Jackson had us all moving crazy that pre-season. It was like, hell,
what, you
even
ended up selling
Cassidy,
him
another
anyway.
one.
Didn't
He's
he go
another
to
one that
Aston
looked
Villa
good.
or something?
What?
You sold him, right? Maatson to Villa or something?
Yeah, we sold him
and he
to
don't
Villa.
play.
Yeah, like, he looked good in pre-season and then barely got a minute for us the whole half of the season, and then we sent him on loan to Dortmund. Chukwuemeka got injured early in the season. Jackson, like, we already saw what happened with the
What's
first
the deal
season.
with him? Because you lot were meant to sell him in January, but you didn't, did you?
Nah, he ended up going on loan because we wanted, I think, 30 to 40 million for him.
Yeah.
But the brother's barely played for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And he's barely even had a chance to even show that level. So he has to go on loan first to do that. He's gone on loan to Dortmund. I doubt they're going to pay that money anyway.
Yeah, no, Dortmund ain't got no money to pay for shit. Is he playing there though?
He's getting some appearances. I haven't really kept too much track on him over there.
Bro,
But
someone's saying he's injured again, bro.
oh, okay, forget.
Forget.
You know them ones.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. It's peak.
Ugh.
It's peak, man. I can't even lie. Like,
But
bro,
yeah, we want 40 million for him and he's injured again then. Oh, great.
You see what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. You should just take a little 25 mil and charge it to the game, bro. I'm telling you.
No, I get it, but I don't know. I feel like the 2023 windows just gassed us too much. And now we think we can get silly money for everybody just because we got it for Mount and Havertz. No. Why did Nkunku's price tag go up? For what?
He hasn't played.
No
it don't
reason.
make sense.
40 million on Chukwuemeka, who was literally just sitting on an injury table all of last season and barely played for us the season before. Where do you think you're getting that money from? Where? So it don't make sense. I will probably end up loaning him to Dortmund again and try and get an obligation to buy. Well, God knows. Might just end up at Milan like half of our other players that we sell always go to.
Facts, bro.
So
Fact.
I don't know, man. Like, but we're making stupid decisions with a lot of this depth, and it's part of the reason why, like, we don't really have as many options to turn to when we've got injured players. João Felix should have still been back. Who else? Chukwuemeka, we should have probably kept him as well. And Nkunku, if anybody should have gone on loan, it should have been him. Renato Vega, he's cooking at centre-back for Juventus. That could have been left-back depth and centre-back depth for us. Now we don't have left-back depth. Cucurella, if he gets injured, God knows what we do. You just play a Gusto there and hope it works. Gusto's terrible on the right this season, let alone on the left. We're going to do Reece James there. I don't mind, but like, it's a ticking time bomb with him because I just got to hope and pray he stays fit for the rest of the season. So and then we go after this, we all go straight into the Club World Cup. So even better.
Boy, you know them way there. And yeah, facts. Juve got smoked, blood. Oh my days, blood. I watched the highlights.
Didn't
They got smoked
4-0.
4-0 to Atlanta, bro. I see Kolasinac with some back heel assist and that, bro. That's when I knew the game was done. You know, yeah, bro. I swear down, bro. Kolasinac, bruv. I swear down. Man got an assist, you know, with some little back heel. I was like, oh my days, Juventus got shit on
said
him.
Uncle Sayed. That's crazy.
Like, bro, I can't lie. I don't know what's going on at Juventus at the moment, bro, but them man are definitely.
The fans are turning on Motta.
Oh, Motta's getting sacked, bro. There's no two ways about it. Like, there's no way. Like, it feels like he's too far gone, bro. The way they lost was crazy, and it could have been more as well. Like, the Juve keeper made some good saves. That could have easily been 6. Could have easily been 6, my bro. Do you know what I mean? So,
and then they got knocked out by that rubbed out PSV side.
Yeah, nah, they're dying right now, bro. Do you know what I mean? Oi, the Vlahovic as well, blood. Man died on the halfway line, yeah, and played Lookman through, yeah. Oh my days, like it was bad.
No, I'm gonna have to catch these highlights back.
But it was so bad, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't even lie, bro. I've never seen a striker die on the halfway line, yeah, and play the other team striker through. Like, it just didn't make no sense, bro. But Juventus's team, to be fair, on paper, when I'm seeing McKennie and them man play, yeah, Juventus have fallen off, bro, because players like McKennie would have never got nowhere near a proper Juventus side. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
sides from a decade ago were different.
Yeah, bro. So when you see McKennie and that, you're just like, Juve ain't what they were, innit? Juve looking like Man United right now.
I might have to do Pogba 3.0 then. I heard he's back now.
Yeah, he is today. Today's the day I think his ban got lifted, innit?
Mm.
And I seen Marseille basically distance himself from him going there, which is mad because I thought that's where he would go.
Same.
But the Zerbi said something about the balance of the squad or something like that. So I can't lie, United have to do it, bro. Like if United don't do it, they're done, bro. Like we're desperate, fam. We need players, like we fully need players. Like it's not even a thing where it just shouldn't be. It shouldn't really be a conversation that needs to be had. You just go get this guy immediately, bruv. Like that's it. You know what I mean? Pogba and Casemiro in the midfield. Oh my days, I'll cry, blood. Do
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
he didn't leave in bad terms with like the United
Nah,
backroom and everything.
nah. Nah.
Okay, then yeah, I could see that happening.
Bruv, go get Pogba, man. You know what I'm saying?
That
They
makes a
have
lot
to.
of sense. It's a very quick like band-aid, very quick.
But
And like
that's what I'm saying, man. Like, bro, listen, this guy's got, bruv, he's got his house in Manchester there. Anthony was living in there and Anthony's gone, bro. So the house is empty. Man could just move back into the yard, bro. Like, that's it. Quick move.
yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have the whole international break to just get into speed with Amarim's system and everything. I hear it.
Yeah.
I hear it.
This is what I'm saying. Man's like Pogba still got legs. Bro, this player's African, blood. He'll really be fighting. You know
Yeah,
them
and like
ones
he's
there.
also had a lot of time off.
Yeah, but
which
he's had loads of
even more
time
help.
off to correct the little niggles that he had. But it's one of them ones where when you get back to football, like there is gonna be a few niggles after you play an intense game, you know, like that. So, bruv, listen, we need him right now. I can't
Can't they
even
like
lie.
dash him in an under 23s game or something and like just get someone up to sharpness a bit?
Yeah, of course they could. Do you know what I'm saying? But let's be real now. Yeah, it's like we're one game away from getting knocked out this Europa League, blood. They might need to sign him immediately. You know what I'm saying? This is the reality. That's the only thing that can save our season, bro. I see Jim Ratcliffe talking about the managers doing well with these players. It's cope. It's cope. Managers failing. You know what I'm saying? Like
They're
I
like
hear it.
15th.
Yeah, bro. And you know what the
Like
wickedest thing is? Bare people were saying that Ratcliffe said that he's gonna back Amarim. He never said that. You know them ones. Listen, I dissected the whole interview with a fine tooth comb, and he did not say that once. He said, I like Ruben. That's what he said. You know the ones there, like, bro, there's a lot of things I like here. There's a lot of foods I like that I don't eat. You know the one. So it is what it is. Just because
a
you
lot
like
of people
something,
that you like that you don't talk to regularly.
that's what I'm saying. Like, just because I like something, yeah, that don't mean, yeah, that it's a staple. It's not staying black. You know, like that. And this is the reality is, yeah. He said, yeah, the brother said, they said, yo, are you unequivocally backing Ruben, yeah, throughout the summer? And he said, I'm backing I'm back in the sporting team. That's what he said of Omar and them man. So that means whatever them man want is what goes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he never said I'm back in this manager. He just said I like him. That was it. So as much as he can turn around and say that, yo, like I think he's doing well, he's not doing well. You know, like he said that, yeah, he said I'm back in the management team. That's what I'm saying. Like the management team. That's not him, bro. And the point is, yeah, the point that I was trying to make was that he said that the manager is doing well considering the players that he's got available because the wage bill is that of a mid-table team, yeah, if you factor into the players that are out on loan and the players that are injured. However, people have fact-checked that, and that's actually not true. And even if it was, Nottingham Forest are third, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Even if, because he said Nottingham Forest and Everton. Nottingham Forest are third. So that means we know that Nuno's overperforming anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? But Nottingham Forest are third, bro. So there's just because you've got a mid-table wage bill, which you don't, but even if you did, that doesn't mean the team should be performing as a mid-table team. That's crazy because this is the same guy that said some players aren't good enough and some players are overpaid. So like
It's indirectly saying like if you have a low wage structure, then it's okay to be mid-table.
but
I
that's
don't
it,
get.
which doesn't really make sense
Like, we've
because
nuked our average wage structure over the last 2 years, and like
and got
I'm
better.
not trying to flex it, but we've climbed the table.
Yeah,
No
well,
flex,
exactly.
we've
And
climbed.
also, it's not a good look saying that for the simple fact that somebody might take it as, you know what you said, yeah. We know that the long-term goal for these owners, yeah, is to reduce the wage bill. We know that. So if he turns around and he says, yo, if we've got a mid-table wage bill, then it's cool for us to finish mid-table. Then what does that say long-term? What does that say long-term? Because we know that you're trying to bring the wage bill down. So what are you saying that it's acceptable to finish mid-table because you're trying to reduce the wage bill? It's not a fucking excuse, my guy. It's actually
I'll be
not an
so real.
excuse.
It's a waffled response that he thought he could get away with, and clearly hasn't.
And that's it, bro. And I got sent something anyway. Like basically, it says here that removing the wages for the players that we loaned out and the players that aren't available, which would be Mount, Sancho, Shaw, Rashford, it still puts us at 135 million a year, the wage bill, which means we're fifth, blood, and it's still higher than Liverpool's. So he's chatting shit. If you take out Casemiro, Lindelof, and Evans, it brings us to 108 million, yeah, which puts us eighth.
So there's even more BS.
Yeah, and if you take out Lissandro and Ahmad as well, it still puts us ninth, blood. So either way, he's underperforming. No matter which way you try and dress it up, this manager's underperforming. And this is what I've been trying to fucking tell you, lot. A man is saying, oh, Rants, just say you hammer him out. Brother, I'm telling you the brother's failing. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, it's a fact. And what jars me the most is that I give you facts, yeah? And then man get emotional and be like, oh, just back the manager. Bro, are you not going to argue the point that I'm trying to make? Like, just back the manager does not mean that I'm wrong. Like, it doesn't argue the point. Just
Bro, we've
back
had
the
this
manager.
for years, though. As soon as you're a manager out and you've taken the time to think about it, let things fester, and then you just had enough of you got to that point, you don't get like genuine responses as to why you want to keep the manager. You get the little cliched responses. Give him time to just back him, back the players, back the team. It's a process and all of that crap. But they won't argue your points. They'll just say time or patience or buzzwords. It happens. It's literally just football fans at this point. Because they'll give you the same cliched answers because they want to be right or they don't have a response for your points or anything like that.
No, 100%. So it's one of them ones where I did watch the interview, guys. I did enjoy it. I thought that he answered everything well. I didn't have a problem with anything he said. The way that he answered the questions exactly how I would have answered them, to be honest. Like a lot of the stuff he said, I already told you guys. Do you know what I'm saying about the free lunches and all these other things? And I like the way that he outlined the fact that these are the fans' money. Like, do you know what I mean? Would you rather I spend your money on fucking free lunches for these lot, yeah, or players? And he's right. Do you know what I mean? Like, bun the free lunch, bro. Like I said to you guys, 95% of the people in the UK don't get free lunches, bro. Like, man didn't get free lunches at school more times. Do you know what I'm saying? At school. And man never got paid to go to school. So if you don't get paid to go to school, yeah, and you still need to pay for lunch, why does someone that gets paid to go to work, why do they deserve a free lunch? They don't. Now, that doesn't make no sense.
Right. We had a little fingerprint scan and everything. Put your £2 in and get your food, innit?
Like, bro, like in my school, you only got free lunch, yeah? And even it wasn't really a free lunch. You got a subsidized lunch if your parents earned under a certain amount. So you got like a little lunch card, which was worth up to a certain amount of money. But if you got any more food than that, you still had to pay. Like, do you know what I mean? There was no free lunch. Like, there wasn't. Like, everyone had to pay something. So I don't know why people are complaining about the fact that these men are not getting free lunch. I couldn't give a shit, bro. Like, Man United don't need to pay any more than any other business, bro. They don't need to do anything that another business has to do.
They'll give you another cliched response. We're a family.
We're not, though. We're a football club. We're a football club. We're a business. Crap. Do you know what I mean? We're a business. Like, everything's a business. Do you know what I'm saying?
People want to like they're adding the emotional aspect and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then they overinflate things, and it's like that they're having porridge and gruel instead of compared to the rest of the players. So it ain't that deep. It really isn't.
But that's
But
what I'm saying.
ultimately, it's a job. You're there to get paid. So
Well, of course. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, if the footballers feel a way about it, yeah, and these men are on hundreds of thousands a week, yeah, then bro, they can pay for the lunches.
mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know what I mean? Why should the company have to pay for it? If Man United is such a family club, yeah, the players can pay for the lunches of the employees then, because that's their way of showing gratitude, because they're the ones that are getting paid all that money, and the majority of them are overpaid. Like, there's not a lot of players at Man United that are actually on the wages that they deserve to be on. Most of them are on inflated wages because most of them are
Especially
not
the
good enough.
captain.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That ain't no 350 grand a week player or whatever he's on. But he's never 300 grand a week. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he can pay
5K, 10K off that, off one of the weekly wages. You could get food for everybody for a month.
But this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like what's man really talking about? If it's a family club, yeah, the players can pay for the food. And the reason why they're not
Yeah,
gone is because
Mount as
they ain't
well.
a family club.
PR,
The
man.
job.
He'd love that.
Bruv, Mount should pay for that shit.
Yeah, man. It's not like he's doing anything anyway.
No, 100%, bro. So this is my point. Like, no one's highlighting the fact that between Mount and Shaw, yeah, these men are on about over 400k, yeah, over 400k a week. And man are talking about free lunches. Them man could pay for it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality.
I swear, I keep forgetting Luke Shaw's still alive and everything. So yeah, you, bruv.
But this
There's
is
a
the
food
point.
joke in there, but I've just woke up. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, there's a lot of food jokes in there.
yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
I ain't at my wittiest point right now.
So
I'll
nah,
leave
bro,
that
it's
to you, man, in
crazy.
the chat.
Nah, this is the point though. So when people are talking rubbish, yeah, about the situation, it's not for the club to feed these people. They're already paying them. So they don't need to feed them. And also, if they're not feeding them, that means the people that were making their food as well, it means that they also don't have to hire people to make their food because there's no one to make their food. You know them ones there, bro. You lot can have sandwiches, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, then that means they can cut down on the amount of chefs and just prioritize that for the players.
Yeah, 100%. Go sort your own food, man. Close down the employee kitchen, bro, and just have a kitchen for the players on that, and that's it. Completely fine. Completely fine. Do you know what I mean?
No,
Have a vending machine like everyone else, bro. Like, it's not that deep. Like, I just don't understand why people think here that because the club makes a certain amount of money that it shouldn't still be run fundamentally like a normal business. The majority of the money as fans we want spent on buying players and being the best team and making sure that we have the best facilities and the best stadium. That's where all the money should be going. Like, all of it. Because ultimately, as fans, we care about how we're performing on the pitch. That's it. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't care about all this other stuff, man. Like, we genuinely don't. People were only talking about the tunnel and the leaking roof and that because we weren't winning trophies. If we were winning trophies, people wouldn't care.
Trust. Everything gets overanalyzed when your team's in bad form. We've seen it with Chelsea over the last 2-3 years. Like, stuff about the hotels, civil war, all of that crap. All just because we were out of form.
Exactly.
It's normal. Everything else gets overanalyzed, and it's about on the pitch. It's
the same with the players as well. Do you know what I'm saying? People are talking about, oh, maybe they're tired, maybe they're this. People do that when you're not winning games. Do you know what I mean? No one's talking about fatigue when it comes to Liverpool right now. You think they're not tired, bro? They're playing more games than everyone else. They got a cup final on the weekend, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And they're playing today. So you think them man are not tired? They're not fucking tired because they're winning games.
Yeah, trust. And like, again, you look at Chelsea and City, we got a double season coming up.
I hear
literally back to back. So yeah.
So yeah, it's foolishness, really. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, facts. Spurs got an elite stadium. They're still rubbish. They're still no closer to really winning anything. And they got the best stadium in the country.
Very well off the pitch.
Amazingly well.
And still amazingly well. They take all of that money away if it meant that their team could win trophies.
Yeah, facts. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think obviously Spurs got the NFL, they got the concerts and that they do there, the boxing, and then I think Man City just got the NBA or something like that. I don't know when that starts, maybe next season or something like that.
So you're gonna have NBA games?
Yeah, they're gonna have NBA games in Manchester. At the arena that they built.
Oh,
I think at the arena that they built, the new arena thing, the new Manchester arena, I think that's where the Misfits boxing is as well this month. So I think it's the same arena that they're going to be having NBA. So that's going to be more money for Man City as well, more revenue that they're going to be able to spend on players. So this is why United need their new stadium, so they can be doing all that shit.
Meanwhile, with ours, we don't even know what we're doing again. So, hey, I don't even know of our stadium situation. We've either got an Elscourt patch that we don't know if we can move to or not, and then we also have to deal with the CPO because they own the name Chelsea. And then,
Are you serious?
Yeah, the Chelsea pitch owners own the name Chelsea FC. They were created by Ken Bates to make sure that Chelsea always play at Stamford Bridge. So like they have control over the brand name. That's why even Roman wasn't able to get us to move from Stamford Bridge.
Because man was saying if you move, you'd have to change the name of the team.
Yep. If
Come
you move,
on,
the name
mate.
Chelsea has to change.
That's
You have
crazy.
to get enough of an agreement from the Chelsea pitch owners. Even Roman wasn't able to get enough.
Your club's cooked, man. Like, bro, your pitch is so small, bro. Like, man's actually played at Stamford Bridge here. Like, the stadium's tiny, bro. Like, you feel like you could literally, like, you're taking a corner, bro, and the fans are right there, bro. Like,
Yep. I used
small.
to buy the corner flag as my season ticket holder. It's
Yeah,
mad.
they're right there. Like, it's tiny, bro. Like, people need to understand, innit? So, nah, man. Like, the fact that man owned the name of the club, yeah, and it's attached to the pitch and all this sentimental crap. This is what I mean. Feelings aren't gonna win you trophies, guys. Like, man, have to get rid of sentiment. Like, the truth is, yeah, sentiment will hold you back. Like, if Chelsea fans really cared about the club, they would say, yo, we're moving wherever we're moving, bro. Look at the size of West Ham Stadium now. Do you think West Ham are complaining now? They're not complaining
in
about
West
Upton
London,
Park no
there's
more.
nowhere to move, which is why I'm so because there's this Elscourt spot 5-10 minutes away from the bridge. It is the perfect spot for us, and apparently there's been talks from like the Hammersmith and Fulham borough.
We're in Elscourt, what, near the exhibition?
Where that used to be.
Okay.
So like that spot's just been razed to the ground. Nothing's been done with it yet. There's some development plans for like flats, but apparently there was like a meeting with Hammersmith and Fulham where a lot of people were in agreement that it makes more sense for Chelsea to get that spot because it's a better tourist opportunity and like you can obviously get other events and shit. And it would make more sense for the flats to be moved to where Stamford Bridge is. But like, I guess, I don't know if it's gone to the Chelsea pitch owners or not. It's just been an idea for now. But honestly, if we can get Elscourt, take it and run. We are not getting another spot in West London. There's nothing. There's not enough space. We have one right next to us, which doesn't change anybody's match day tradition. No one's. You have all your pubs right where they are and like the same journey, give or take 5-10 minutes. It makes no difference. If anything, it's even more accessible because there's 3 train stations around that area. But I don't know if we can get an opportunity to move there and the Chelsea pitch owners say no, I don't know what I'll go on for them. Because like the only other option other than that is build the bridge up to 60k, move out for 4 years anyway while they build it. So what's the fucking difference at this point? Yeah. And then we can never upgrade above 60k. And then guess what? 20, 30 years, we're going to have to move anyway because we need another bigger ground. Waste of time, waste of another billion.
100%. And not only that, it's like if you can't upgrade above 60k, yeah, and you don't want to move, then man are going to have to put the ticket prices up and then fans are going to cry anyway. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what's already just started to happen. Like Roman never raised the prices, but now we're doing that. And I also quietly think it's a reason why we're so heavy on hoarding youth players and flipping for profit. I think 100%. That's the reason why we dialed it up to like 200.
Yeah. Because, it's a different way.
You're going to have to try and make the money up somewhere.
But this is the point. This is what these fans don't understand about business, bro. Like the money has to be made somewhere. So if you can't increase your match day revenue by getting more seats, then we have to put up the price of the seats, bro. Do you know what I mean? Scarcity is obviously what creates value, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? So because the seats are more scarce, yeah, they're worth more. So players, like fans, are gonna get priced out the game, and it's their fault.
Bro, it's already happened. The entirety of West Upper is now Westview, another version of hospitality. Parts of West Lower have been turned into hospitality. Parts of the family stand in East Lower and East Upper have all been turned into hospitality as well. The only like non-hospitality stands are Matthew Harding and the Shed, and the away fans take half the Shed anyway. Now you have a bunch of people complaining that it's impossible to get tickets unless they're spending like over 100, 200 quid. But this is why. This is why.
I hear it.
So like it's a frustrating situation that we're in right now. It really is.
Yeah, that's bro. It gets like that, man. And I mean, I see a few of the Chelsea fans saying, "Oh, like you'll miss the bridge." You won't, bruv. I'll be honest. Like, do you know what I mean?
I will miss the bridge, but like I can take the sentiment out.
Yeah, but
like,
that's what I mean. You'll miss it. You'll miss it, but you won't miss it, bro. Like it's one of them ones. As soon as you get your new stadium, yeah, and it's lit, you won't miss it, bro. Like I'll be real. Like you just won't, in it. Like, bro, I've seen everything I need to see, yeah, at Old Trafford, bro. Like
facts.
It can die now. I've seen everything.
It's the same thing with me for Chelsea.
Yeah, like with Chelsea. What are you gonna see at Chelsea you haven't seen? We've both seen our team win the champs. We've both seen our teams win the Prem, win the FA Cup. We've seen our teams win everything. The Europa League. We've seen our teams win everything there, bro. Now it closed the chapter, bruv. Like, do you know what I mean? Tottenham got a new stadium, and most of their fans ain't seen their team win shit. Do you know what I mean? So
exactly. Like, just give me a little screwdriver so I can take my seat with me on the last game. I don't give a damn.
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. Man saying this because your stadium's leaking. Bro, your stadium's not even big enough to leak blood. You know them ones there, like it would just drown. Like it's tiny. Like your stadium can fit inside our stadium. It can fit inside it. Two of your stadiums.
I think we have like the 9th highest allocated ground in the league, which says a lot for our team.
Bro, it's
and
mental,
the
bro.
allocation went down when we got safe standing at Matthew Harding. It went from 42k to 40k.
Well,
now there's even less seats available because of all the hospitality stands added. Well, what is the point? Like, if this Else Court spot is a viable alternative, people need to just stop being bitches. This whole thing, oh, Chelsea's our home, Stamford Bridge is our home and everything. What, you want to have a 40k ground in 20 years?
Bro, even a 40k ground right now, yeah, is a championship stadium, bro. And there's teams in the championship with bigger stadiums than you, bro. You got smaller stadiums than
Sunderland and that.
This is the point. So, as like, man, have to take sentiment out of it, yeah. If you want your ticket prices to remain reasonable, you need more seats. That's it.
Well, like, even then, I think like they'll hike up the ticket prices anyway. But my
they're
thing
still going to be small. They're going to be less. They're still going to be less than if you kept the 40k. Because when you move into a new stadium, they're going to put the ticket prices up because it's going to be a nicer stadium. But you'll see where your money's going. Do you know what I'm saying? Would you rather the new stadium, they put the tickets up by 20 quid, or they have to put the tickets up by 50 quid at this old stadium, yeah, because every seat's worth more, blood. I'll rather pay less for more than pay more for less. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what you'd end up doing if we stayed at Stamford Bridge. You'll pay more for less. No one wants to do that, bro.
And not even just that, there will just be more seats available too. Like it is very difficult for Chelsea fans to get tickets now. I'm so grateful that I'm a season ticket holder now, because if I was a member at this point, it would be damn near impossible for me to get a ticket. And even when we do, the atmosphere will be garbage anyway. So whatever, 100%. Let's just move. I want to do this whole it's our home thing. Like people move on. But for some reason, our club's the only one that doesn't. I actually think there's fans that like that they have the control.
They do. That's like what it is. It seems like that. It seems like that.
And like I get it, because like no other fan base does, but it was about keeping Chelsea's best interests at heart. How is it our best interests to stay here?
It's not.
It's not. The best interest would be to keep us around Chelsea. And look, we have a spot 5 minutes away. You couldn't ask for a better position to move to. I get the idea that Chelsea has to remain Chelsea. I always will. That's one thing I'll stand with. But when you're telling me there's a spot 5 minutes away, you've lost your ground. Because now I don't see any reason why we shouldn't move. It's just people want to be emotional. Chelsea's always been at Stamford Bridge. It must always be at Stamford Bridge. Get out of your feelings and move. Otherwise, this shit's only going to get worse.
100%. If you want your club to maintain its recent history of being able to keep up with the best clubs in the league, you need a new stadium.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe they'll go the whole way and do a Wimbledon thing. God forbid.
Ooh.
God forbid.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Because you know how I think Clear Lake bought the trademarks to the name Chelsea and the Chelsea. I'm keeping a little side eye on that. Suddenly the little logo switched to just the lion and all that. I'm keeping a little side eye. That was meant to be a 120-year anniversary thing, but it's suddenly not on our kit next season. Well, I thought it was going to be a one-season thing. Maybe it isn't.
What? So you think that in the back of their mind they might already have plans to just move you anyway?
I've got a theory, maybe.
Damn.
Maybe. Because, like, realistically, there's no other areas in West London. There isn't. It's always been a nightmare trying to look at other areas. There was a Battersea power station that's gone now. Elscourt is still there, but I don't know if they're going to start moves on the flats or if they're going to see if we can try and get the pitch owners on side again. Bar that, I don't know anywhere in West London that's like got a mad amount of space, unless you want to like take up a park or something, like Scrubs and turn it into a stadium. And even then, that's like 30 minutes away from where Chelsea is.
Yeah. Nah, here it's right by QPR. So yeah,
it's like 10 minutes away still.
Yeah, so man don't even know about that, bro. Man said that I think the Chelsea pitch owners would agree to me if they're given the same setup in the new stadium. Nah, you can fuck off, mate. Listen, if I bought a club and I owned the club, I ain't having no man telling me about they're having XYZ, bro. Like, listen, it's my club, bro. You ain't having no pitch, you ain't having no nothing, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You can cut your little patch of grass, bro, and take that shit home, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm not so real as well. Like, if the Stamford
stadium.
Bridge pitch was, I think with the pitch owners, if Stamford Bridge was to be sold, like the land, they'd get a percentage of that anyway. Because like they own the land.
Exactly. So what else would you want?
There's your money. Split between all of the pitch owners.
100%.
So you don't even have to like arrange no buyout with them or nothing.
Nah, facts. These men are doing too much, you know. They're doing way too much, bro. Like, if you want the best for your club, then you just understand, yeah, what needs to happen, period. Do you know what I'm saying? You had a good run. Do you know what I'm saying? Here's toast to the memories and you keep it moving, bro. You know what I'm saying?
People don't even like all this stuff about the sentiment for Stamford Bridge and everything. And then all I hear on a match day is how we're shit and our atmosphere is dead and no one makes any noise and the football's boring like that. You man barely enjoy going on the match day anyway. Half the time, it's just an opportunity to link up with your mates and go on a piss up.
Facts.
Why are you, man, caring now because we might have to move? It's pointless. You probably have a better experience.
Yeah.
But, man, either, like, first off, they don't want to trust them because new owners. And I get they haven't really done a lot to earn your trust anyway. And second of all, man, are just in their feelings. It's just fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Price has been hiked up everywhere, like it would in the new stadium. Prices are going up like in the new stadium. What is the difference? Except less seats available at higher prices and no atmosphere.
That man's talking about ashes are buried there, bro. Dig that shit up.
Yeah, Peter Osgood.
But dig that shit up, man. I told man already. Like, what are you talking about? It's like if it's in an urn or something and it's buried at Bridge, man could dig that shit up. You get me? And that can roll. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what man
you know what area it is? It's on the penalty spot at the shed.
Exactly.
So like, to me, obviously, I respect that his ashes are there and everything, but like, I'm also not going to completely change my opinion because of that. I'm not. Like,
man saying it's dark, bro. Listen, this guy is buried at the penalty spot, so dig it up and then bury it in a new one. Who cares? You know the way there. It's just like, bro, people move house all the time. Like, the game is the game. Like, I don't know what we're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's ashes, cuz. You know what are we saying? Because of one brother that Chelsea can't move. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's it. That's it. Like, if
That
it's
doesn't make no sense.
if it's in an earn, even better, because then you actually can move it.
It has to
If
be in an
not-
urn, because if it's not, like, it wouldn't make sense. Because if it was in something that would rot, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then I'll be real. I don't know what to do with that one still, but yo, we gotta move.
But there you go.
It's not gonna make any change to me. I'll be so real. It's not.
Brother, if man are doing that sentimental bollocks, I ain't got no time for it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if it, bro, listen, if it was my own ashes, yeah, that were there, I'd still say move it. Like, what's man talking about? What are we gonna do? Ask him if he's okay with moving. He's dead, like.
No,
Do you get it? Like, what are we gonna do?
I was like,
We're
get a
gonna say-
Ouija board or something.
Do you know what I
That's
mean? We just
insane.
say, "Oh, mate, do you mind?" Like, well, we're moving house. Do you mind? Like, bro, the man's gone. Like,
No,
like,
I'm
what we
saying is,
do?
look, I'm sure Peter Osgood would care about the best for Chelsea Football Club, and I believe the best for Chelsea Football Club is to move.
Well, exactly. This is the point. Do you know what I'm saying? If he's buried at Stamford Bridge, it's because they obviously think that, yeah, he would want what's best for Chelsea. And what's best for Chelsea is to fucking move. Like,
It was because he was the king. He was the king of Stamford Bridge. That was his name.
well, there
It's
you
like-
go. Which means
And
if there's another Stamford Bridge, he can still be the king of Stamford Bridge. Or you could name a fucking stand after him if you haven't already.
no, like he got a statue outside Stamford Bridge. Well, I'll be real. Bring that to the new ground.
Well, there you go. Bring it to the new ground. Just give man a stand and that. Do you know what I'm saying? If you can't dig the ashes up, and we're good. You get me?
Yeah.
Man, get a stand and a statue. There you go. Like, what's the point? Like, why are we pretending like this is difficult?
Yeah, because it's another sentimental argument. Someone's
Yeah.
ashes are there. Like, all due respect, bro, we gotta move. We gotta move. One man's ashes is not a reason why we gotta stay in a 40k stadium for the remainder of our time as a club. It's not gonna work. That's never gonna work out for the benefit of this club. I'm sure even if Peter Osgood was here, God bless him and everything, I'm sure he'd probably want the same thing too.
Of course, he
Because you
would.
can see
He
where
would want to
football is
compete.
going.
He would want to compete with everyone else.
Exactly. And we're not. Everybody is looking at upgrading their grounds or have already upgraded, and we're sitting here with our 40k grounds trying to remember the good old days. It's pathetic. But this is what football fans are like in general, too emotionally fucking driven. And it means that we probably won't move until it's too late, or we end up having Chelsea moved in general as far away from Chelsea as possible.
Facts. Wait, this is what they said Man United were gonna do with Old Trafford, give it to the women's team and make it smaller, innit? But then I think potentially they changed their
Would that
mind,
even
and
be feasible?
it could have been, because bro, the thing is, if you lick down the stadium, yeah, if you lick down the stadium, like, you're just licking it down anyway. But the thing is, if you're running two stadiums, it's the running costs for both, innit? That's just what it is. More than anything, the electricity, all these other things. Because it would, wow, Stamford Bridge is so small, it might as well be the women's stadium, bro. I'll be honest, 40,000.
I hear it. Like, wow, we've sold out women's games there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It might as well be the women's thing at 40,000. So
no, but even then, like, if that was, it would just be turned into flats, because that would have to be the reverse move. The flats that would be there would be moved to Chelsea. That's like, okay, fine.
but
I
that's
don't
it.
care.
But knowing your owners, they'll
Give
probably
me a
lick down the
screwdriver,
stadium
I
and
wanna
build
take
on
my
top of
seat
it.
home.
Yeah,
What's that?
that's it. Your owners will probably build hotels on top of the stadium. You know them, it would make sense. So they can get their money back.
And at least with the new ground, we probably wouldn't build hotels, but that would be because we'd have a massive new ground that we can just sell out for venues and NFL events and all of that, and then get the money that you need without the hotels. Oh, the hotels are only added as another way to get revenue, because we can only get a certain amount at the bridge.
Yeah.
There's like, these men want to do anything they can to like get one over on these owners, and it's like, okay, so you don't want us to be successful then, because I don't have a lot of faith in these owners, but I want them to give me faith. I want to have a reason to believe that they actually have the best interests in our heart, other than the whole flip for profit thing. But I also think like we're going to be doing that up to 20 until we have a new venue, because like we have such a little amount of match day revenue per game compared to everybody else all of our competitors in the league. So that's always going to hinder us. That's always going to impact us. It was never a problem under Roman. Roman would just throw money at the problem. It was a love thing. He didn't need profit. These owners need profit because they're just standard owners.
Yeah, they're business people.
And I feel like a lot of our fans haven't really got accustomed to that. Because like we're too used to the Roman era. We're too used to just like, Roman will just give us everything. It's fine. It don't matter. Well,
I hear it.
sadly, that's not here anymore.
That's it. Man said if you take down Bridge, you think Bashir with Fulham will go to Wembley.
We probably end up going to Wembley.
Yeah,
try
probably.
and figure out a way to make it work because Fulham wouldn't be feasible. Fulham's allocation only would get every season ticket holder in, and then there's also hospitality seats and everything, so it just wouldn't work. It have to be Wembley or Twickenham, or God forbid you ground share of one of West Ham, Tottenham, and Arsenal.
Oh yeah, the Twickenham thing. I've heard that talk.
Although Twickenham don't want us anywhere near them, so
Fairs.
God forbid West Ham. I'd probably never do a game throughout that season. Fuck that. At least Arsenal and Tottenham's easy to get to. West Ham is a dump, a nightmare to get into. Their stewards suck, and an even bigger nightmare getting out of.
Oh yeah, because you got to go to Westfield, and then walk down. Yeah,
and you can't walk all the way down Westfield because they close all the exits during.
Yeah, so you have to walk all the way down on the roads. I've done it, man. Oh, that walk is jarring, blood. Some long ass walk, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, shit. I hear it.
Yeah, then either that or you go ground share with Tottenham and Arsenal, and like it would be funny to win a league title there before them, but bar that, I don't want to go to that ground any more than the one time we go anyway.
Nah, facts. Yeah, I'm saying
so, that's all of our decisions. But you know what? I'd rather that over in the future we end up just being moved far away from the bridge, because then guess what? Then we aren't Chelsea anymore, and a big part of it is because we were too stubborn when it came to moving.
Yeah.
No, so I can't be annoyed at anyone bar our own fans.
That's what it boils down to, man. So yeah, man. If they know what's best, you know what I mean, then. Bruv, they'll do what needs to be done, innit? Man said there's better land in Collier's Wood as well.
Where's that? Ain't that north?
That's near Wimbledon, Collier's Wood.
Oh, they're down south. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, it's near Wimbledon. It's near Wimbledon, like Rains Park and that way, innit? I think.
Yeah, that'll probably be where they end up having to look to.
Yeah.
Which again, still, I'm not on it because I'd rather us just be where the else court spot is. It's perfect.
Yeah.
You could build 70k there, 80k. Here at the bridge, it's 60k and you're done because there's a train line, and then there's that centuries-old rule about King Henry VIII's mound having to face St. Paul's Cathedral with nothing blocking it, and all this stupidness.
No, I hear it.
So
it's too much.
Man.
It's too much, people. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bruv. Like, you look, talk to Rory, blood, tell his people to let the man move, innit? You get me?
Rory even beef Roman, to be fair, so there's no chance with that. Like, Rory just beat everybody.
There it is, bro. It is what it is, isn't it, bro? I can't lie, bro. It's funny, man. It's funny seeing that Chelsea fans, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
They're just crying over our 40k stadium, bruv. Oh, because it's going to be a soulless bowl if we move. What's the bridge?
Yeah.
What's the bridge? Yeah, because we're a fucking raucous ground on a match day, aren't we? Like, our atmosphere is shit, and it's been shit for years. I remember we had Mourinho calling out our fans. Now I want to talk about it's only bad because we're not winning. It's just shit. Like, it'd be any worse.
Nah, completely. That's bloody funny, though, man. You lot, make sure we get these lights up as well, man. It's been a flipping great show. What you got coming up, bro? Today?
I'm gonna drop a video and then do a Liverpool PSG watch along. So that'll be me for the day. But yeah, and then obviously we got Arsenal in the week, so I'm gonna have a bunch of previews lined up. And hopefully I'm back next week with a victory over those fucking shadow dwellers.
I hear it. I hear it completely. Guys, 4:30 with Flawless today, because I'm doing both watch-alongs today. We're watching Benfica Barca, and we're watching Liverpool PSG as well. So
was that the early kickoff?
Yeah.
Barca, cool. I'm gonna watch that then.
Yeah, man. So we got 2 games today, man. So we're doing the show at 4:30 and Red Talk. So yeah, we'll talk about the new stadium there. We'll talk about the gym interview in depth and so on and so forth, man. Oh, is Liverpool tomorrow? I thought it was today.
No,
Someone
no,
said
Liverpool's today. Liverpool's
yeah,
today.
yeah, no, it's today. Nah, Lee, no show with Lee today. Lee's rescheduled. If anything, I'm gonna do the show with Lee on Thursday, maybe, or something, because something's come up for him today, so we can't do today. So yeah, people. I'm back at 4:30. Is anyone live at the moment? Because if not, man, I'll just redirect to Red Talk, bruv, and we're there. You get me?
Monster's live.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll send you lot over there. I'll send you lot over to Monts. I'm back here with Flawless at 4:30. So yeah, in case you lot don't get in case you don't get a notification, we're going live earlier, bruv. So yeah, man, we'll send you guys over to Monts. Now, I mean, make sure you drop a Rants raid in the chat, people. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a big game for Liverpool today, man. A very big game for Liverpool today because even though they done a job on these lot last week, fam, like it's not beyond the realms of possibility that PSG could turn up on smoke tonight. Do you know what I'm saying? I still think that Liverpool will win, but I think that this game is going to be difficult for them. So
yeah, PSG were too good last game for it to just be a write-off like that.
Yeah, facts. I don't think they're going to turn up and capitulate. There'll be a part of them that thinks that they can get something.
Definitely.
So, yeah, man. Big up everyone inside 4:30. We're here with Flawless for Red Talk, people, followed by 2 watch-alongs, man. Busy evening. So big up everyone inside. Drop a Rants raid on Monts' channel. Subscribe to Lewis's channel. The link is in the title, people. And yep, I'll see you guys in a couple hours.